The difference between a coach that makes 6 figures a year and 7 figures a year is not your ads, it's not your funnel, okay? It's not some specific AI tool that you add on. The one thing that separates them is mindset. And I'm going to break down the simple mindset shifts that you have to make to go from making 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month. So pay attention to this video. Hi, my name is Chris Bruce. I'm a digital marketer. I've been in the marketing industry for, 12, 14 years at this point now. We run a digital marketing agency where we help online coaches turn their yearly income into their monthly income. So make sure you subscribe to this channel because we drop videos 3 times a week, giving you free information, free game on how to do that exactly, all right? So let's get into the mindset stuff. I'm gonna actually open up my whiteboard so you guys can see. It's super important, these mind shifts, to change the game for a lot of you, okay? So number one, all right, when it comes to shifting your mindset from a 6-figure coach to a 7-figure coach, the biggest thing is looking at how you can leverage, instead of time for money, all right, so we're gonna put time. We're actually gonna go from results. All right, results for money. And excuse my handwriting, I know it's pretty bad. So a lot of things, what happens with most people is that they are trading their time for money. So when you get into the online coaching business, a lot of times you're probably saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna coach you one-on-one, or you're doing a lot of different things that is revolving around your time in order for you to get paid. Some of you may even be selling your mentorship or your coaching packages with you being the fulfillment of doing one-on-one calls, all right? But in order to get to 7 figures, you have to think, what can I do to leverage getting results for money, okay? So prime example, all right? With our agency, we don't necessarily charge for the services of the time of what it takes to spend on different things. We make money based off the results, all right? And so we do deals where we're able to get equity in the company, okay? And we end up making commission, all right? We make our cut off of the deals that we secure based off the results that we bring in. So I'll give you an example. We have certain structures of our agency where we're getting a rev-share, meaning that as we bring in revenue and we help our coaches, clients that are coming in, scale their revenue, we get a percentage of that, okay? And so that's how we've been able to scale our agency from just 6 figures a year to 7 figures a year, okay? So that's just one shift, is understanding how to go from time for money and then shift to results for money, all right? Now, another thing, okay, is looking at things as clients and then shifting to customer, all right? Now, I know we just talked about selling mentorship and things like that, right? But the thing is that when you look at just client-based services, okay? When you look at just client-based services, you're looking at just selling just to one person. And when you go ahead and you start to implement the system that allows you to sell one to many, then your expand and reach can go out there. Many people that I'll talk to when they first get into the business, they think very small. And listen, I understand the reason why, okay? I used to think small when I first got in this business. I was thinking just locally in the market that I was in Tampa, teaching. And it wasn't until I got with a mentor that showed me how small I was thinking, okay? Because I was thinking, hey, I'll just get 5 people in the Tampa Bay area and teach them real estate investing at the time. And he was showing me how he had 50 people nationwide in multiple different cities and places that he had never even been that was teaching. And I was like, how would someone even pay you that is not even in your market? That doesn't make any sense. And he explained me the psychological way to market and the whole psychology behind why people buy. And it doesn't matter if they're in, Texas, North Carolina, California, or Florida. And so when I started to implement those things, I started to realize he's right, okay? I have been playing small. And so when I talk to a lot of different coaches and we talk about what are some of the goals and things that they want to hit income-wise and stuff like that, most people are thinking very small, okay? So start thinking about customers, all right, and expand your mindset than just thinking about just clients, especially if you are just starting in your local market. So make that shift too, all right? Another thing, and this happens to a lot of people, okay, is there's a lot of people that end up in the organic trap house or mouse trap, okay? So you gotta start thinking about organic and then looking at leverage, all right? So what happens with a lot of people when you first started, you're bootstrapping, I know you're doing a lot of different things organically. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, maybe you are putting out content on Instagram, TikTok, and that's how you've been making money, right? And it's funny, I actually talked to someone not too long ago at a conference, and this girl was saying, man, I've been, running into a bunch of, people that just don't have the money, and, I do sell good when people do get on, and I asked her, I said, well, what is your strategy when it comes to marketing? And she's like, well, I'm just posting organically. I'm just YouTube, Instagram. And I'm like, okay, listen, your goal is to make 6 figures a month. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your reach. You have to use these tools to leverage to get around more people. Now, this could come in different forms. Some, you may be able to just go ahead and run ads. Like, that's my favorite thing to do, is run paid advertising and paying to get in front of people when you know you have a system that is scalable, meaning that you have something that people will buy, right? Whether that's a system or product or coaching or whatever the case may be. So I like to leverage those different platforms. But you also can go the route of being able to leverage other people that have audiences, right? So you can look at, how can I do collaborations? How can I do affiliate partnerships? How can I pay to go ahead and get on podcasts and be able to share my different things that I have going on, my products, my services, to an audience that is already trusted by that particular creator, okay? Prime example, all right? I paid $9,000 to get on the podcast. This was about 2 or 3 years ago, okay? There's a podcast called Fresh and Fit, you can look it up. I paid them $9,000 to get on their podcast, and I paid them twice, all right? One, it was for real estate. The second one was to launch my new business, which was my marketing agency business that I have today. And I can tell you, by paying $9,000, one, the first time I paid it, I ended up getting a $20,000 high ticket client that came in, all right? Paid for done for you services from real estate business. The second time I did it, I ended up locking in a client that we ended up turning that business. She came in, she paid me $5,000 initially. And then after that, we ended up doing a rev-share deal, and we made $7.4 million in the span of 2 years. Okay, so I got paid really good money. I can say that off of that. Made somewhere a little north of $1 million off this client, right? And that was because I paid $9,000. I paid someone to leverage getting their audience, because they already had a trusted audience, and they came on and they were able to get me a client by me going there, sharing my testimony, sharing my story, sharing my services and business and things like that. So think leverage going forward, okay? Another thing is, you gotta look at, as a 6-figure coach, okay? You're used to doing everything yourself, right? Everything yourself. And I used to be like that, okay? I'm just like, listen, I'll do it, right? And we get into that because we get to like, hey, listen, man, I don't got time to like try to teach somebody or whatever the case may be. But what I had to learn is, in order for you to get to that next level, is you have to go from doing to leading, okay? How can I actually go from me doing everything, from the sales to building the funnels to doing the content and all this other stuff, right? Running the customer service. That stuff is going to drain you, okay? It's gonna drain you, and you're gonna get burnt out. Trust me, because I had that issue. And how can I go to leading? how can I put together a team of different people that will go out and start to lead on the front line of these different things? I'm talking about, we have customer service teams, we have sales teams, right? We have funnel teams, okay? You want to figure out, how can I lead? How can I become the leader? And for some of you, you may have never ran a business, so this may be, a little challenge for you. But what I want to tell you to do is start investing in understanding how to be a great CEO, how to be a great entrepreneur, how to lead, how to put other people in position to do certain different tasks, okay? So that way that can get you off of doing those things and you can focus on the thing that is going to really drive revenue. Too many times I meet too many online coaches that have been in it for years, right? Don't get me wrong. When you first start in the first year, stuff like that, you're gonna probably have to do a lot of stuff yourself. But if you're on year 2, or year 3 or whatever, right, and you're making money, you need to figure out how to go from doing to leading, all right? Hire your first VA. Listen, you could go get a virtual assistant in the Philippines for $6 an hour. Think about that, okay? That can at least do the customer service for you, all right? We've used different companies like Remotely X, right? We've hired people from Lebanon. I'm talking about all people from people that can actually run your business, operations manager, project managers, and only $1,500 a month. Work 40 hours a week, okay? You can use tools like Upwork.com, onlinejobs.ph. So learn to get out of doing everything and then to leading. That's gonna help you get to that 7-figure mark, okay? Another thing is, and this is what I'm big on, okay, is how do I go from just focusing on income to getting some type of equity, all right? You wanna do this because here's the thing. The most important thing, all right, is figuring out how you can go out there and you can start to build equity, okay? That means when you are focusing on building a brand, personal brand, things like that, it's gonna allow you to go out there and start to get equity in different type of businesses and different companies, et cetera, things like that, okay? One of the things that we do with our agency, again, we're not like a traditional agencies that just charge a monthly retainer. We actually removed our monthly retainer. We're actually bringing that on for some of the newer people going forward. But for a lot of our older clients, the business model that we've ran for previous years has always been, you pay a certain amount of money up front. We take a nice amount, all right? Let's work with this. And then from there, we get equity in the company. So we do rev shares where we are going to go in and start to, as we grow the company, as we grow your business, we want to make a share of that revenue, okay? But it allowed me to do that because of my personal brand, all right? Because of people understanding the things that I've done under our industry and things like that. And so how to go out and start demanding and getting equity, one, having the skill set to be able to do that and be able to grow the businesses and confident in that. But two, being able to build your personal brand, which will help because a lot of people will just throw you equity because of who you are, just being honest with you, okay? It's funny how that works, all right? So also thinking like that will help you also grow, especially if you're an agency, to grow to 6 figures to 7 figures, all right? So this is the thing. These are the different things that I want you to focus on, okay? In order for you to go from just a 6-figure coach a year to 6 figures a month. So let's recap real quick. We talked about how to go from time oriented and then going to results oriented, all right? What can I do to get results? How can I hurry up and get results for people and focus on that to be able to charge more and make more money? Next thing is thinking about customers, right? How can I sell one to many? All right. Third thing is how can I use leverage to be able to make more money as well too, instead of just focusing on the organic wheel of, putting out content and marketing. How can I go from just doing everything to then becoming a leader? That's going to be bringing in team members and things of that sort. And then how can I instead of just focus on revenue that is generating from me doing stuff, how can I get equity into other businesses and companies to be able to get money from that as well too? And once you start thinking like that, making that mindset shift, it will be so easy for you to go to 7 figures. All right. So real quick, I do have my marketing agency. We specialize on helping people build systems like auto webinars, etc., to be able to go out there, leverage that, instead of giving their time to be able to generate revenue for their businesses when they have a system to sell one-to-many. So we do that. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to learn how you take your coaching business, your services, your courses from whatever you make a year to a monthly income, there's going to be a link below in the description. Make sure you do yourself a favor, sign up, book a call with one of our team members, and we can show you exactly what it looks like, the game plan for us to go ahead and build that for you. Now, another thing that we do for our clients that I didn't mention is we also build custom AI apps that they are also able to attach to that to make their program a lot more valuable and help them be able to sell this even better. So we also custom build that for all of our clients. We started that just in 2026. It's been phenomenal. All right, so do it yourself a set, book a call. There's gonna be a link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like the video, make sure you drop a comment, and we're gonna be dropping more videos like this every single week. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.